We're going to move to the second act, which is
Yeah.
Jenga.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So this is an audience question. So audience question. This is for audience. Someone. Oh, acha acha. That we can move on. Yeah.
Anchored in the context right now, but I always wanted to ask you, Varun, about your personal art canon. Top three art pieces, anything, which art pieces have influenced you the most, that you go back to the most, that you reach out to in bad times, or that have influenced your art the most?
Any art piece that has influenced me.
Yes, that has influenced your writing, your personal life, whatever, whichever you would want to.
Oh wow. Okay. There are a lot of them, but there are. I mean, I would say. Uh, it has to be books rather than movies or anything. So there are a lot of books, but I would say stories by Uday Prakash. I really uh, get inspired by them because of how courageous they are, how rooted they are. There's a short story called Tirich by Uday Prakash. That's one of the best short stories I think written in the world, and he's someone who really, and Nayyar Masood. So there are 3-4 short story writers. Nayyar Masood is one, Uday Prakash is another, uh, and Ken Liu is another. Ken Liu is very recent, but yeah, I mean, so these are the books which there are a bunch of rotating books I keep going back to, but yeah, I would say Manto, his short stories. Oof. So a lot of them, but short story as a genre I really love, and that's very. So this is a dare. Oh wow, go for the dare.
ये एक ही दोस्त है.
हाँ, अभी क्या करें.
Wow. This is what's the most unglamorous part of your creative process?
That's for you. You.
I think checking bills.
Okay. Yeah, checking bills. Yeah,
और
paperwork.
क्वांटिटी मतलब
all
बोला
of
मैं
us.
इतना फाउंडेशन खोदा है, इतना सॉइल निकाला, फिर जाके चेक करो टेप के साथ कितना खोदा है, कितना सॉइल निकाला.
Wow. So your turn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you had it marked already.
आधे में अटक गया यार.
Yes. Audience question for him. Huh.
Hello.
If you had to design a nightclub for introverts, what would be the first rule everybody needs to follow?
A nightclub for introverts. Wow.
Like how a lot of clubs have this rule that nobody can wear shorts. So like, what would be the rules for introverts to get into that?
Oh wow, that's an awesome one. I think like a big library with lots of lots of places to kind of, I mean, almost like a labyrinth or a maze maybe, where you can spend as much or as little time as you want. A lot more choice, you know. I think extrovert is the kind of default that people go to and assume that you want to be in a big room all the time with big sound. But yeah, I mean, something with a lot of nuance, like a lot of places to find yourself, a lot of, and I guess one of the fun things could be for any space. I mean, not just for introverts, but like to a kind of over program almost, where you have like where usually it's a homogeneous experience. When you walk in, the whole space reveals itself to you on day one, and then you know what to expect. Even the second time, third time you go in, but a space which has a lot of layers, which a bit like a library. I mean, library is a great example where you can, depending on where you locate yourself, you'll see something that you like and you pick it and you choose it, and that's your world for that night. Yeah, it could be really interesting to, I don't think of a space like that maybe. Lots of sub zones, ideally one for everyone. Thank you. It was lovely.
Yeah,
We
maybe
should
a
do this, man.
single person nightclub basically.
The size of a toilet stall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mirrored toilet stall would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a name for like a nightclub for introverts. It's called LSD. So it says, reveal the pettiest reason you have ever disliked a project, collaborator, or trend. Project, collaborator, or trend. Uh, I don't know. Pettiest reason. I mean, all reasons are petty only mostly, unless. I mean, I've said no to some projects where there are people involved who are, who are, who are very vocal about their hatred for a lot of people in our country. But I don't think that's a petty reason to say no. That's a genuine reason. Dislike the trend. I mean, it's not. Again, it's not a. I can't think of petty reasons. I have done certain petty things some places. Like there's this, again, I won't name the place, but it's a bit of a snobbish place in a mall, and like a big store in a mall, and they were being very rude about certain things, and उनको लग रहा था कि हम यहाँ से क्या ही खरीदेंगे, है ना, हम मतलब ऐसा झोला लेके गए हुए थे टाइप्स. So they were being very rude. So I just put something from one section, like picked up one expensive thing from one section and hid it behind certain other things in another section. So that I think was petty, and yeah. And I think I hid it well. I don't think they found it for months. I think so. Unless they check the CCTV and then figure out, but अगर CCTV में होता तो वो YouTube पे आ चुका होता. Because they would have ID'd कि अच्छा ये है, ओ ये है और ये कर रहा है ऐसे. But गया आर्किटेक्ट साहब.
ए वरुण अभी हंसा मत.
Oh. Okay, and yeah, it balances it. Nice.
Civil engineer साहब.
Yes.
Next is yours.
Oh God. Okay.
In architecture and cinema, what's the one cliche that refuses to die? No matter how many times we roast it. Wow. Some deep questions in this.
Yeah.
In architecture and cinema, what's the one cliche? I mean, I think one thing that comes to mind is nostalgia for sure. Like that, this kind of make America great again kind of situation. It never seems to die though. World War खत्म हो गया, दूसरा आ गया, वो भी खत्म हो गया. It's still the same shit. This kind of, I mean, I don't think it's the quick answer posted kind of situation, but yeah,
I think
misplaced nostalgia.
Glossy surfaces, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Write a one-line poem roasting a random object in the room. There is no room, but one-line poem तो poem नहीं होती है. 2 line at least होना चाहिए. But okay, I'll try. Jenga हो या गवर्नमेंट, आखिर गिर ही जाएगा. We'll see. Nice. Let's go. Your turn.
Getting that.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Read.
Any ideas, Varun?
Oh, okay. So, audience question.
Can I ask one personal question? I'm from Chandigarh, so sending back
Yeah.
divided
Yeah. It's a fun one. Corbusier and Chandigarh.
like that is very good. A lot of young people are attracted to it, but
Yeah.
the architect that I talked to just hates it for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, Chandigarh is amazing because it's the most highly fetishized kind of aesthetic. But I mean, if you look at the process of the planning of Chandigarh, it's textbook fascism, right? It's essentially the plans of Chandigarh were rejected first in Paris, then they were rejected in Ethiopia, then they were rejected in Paris, and then they came to Chandigarh. So essentially, it's the same city. The Corbusier had these dreams of a city for a very, very long time, and he approached almost every single dictator. So in Ethiopia there was this big revolution, and then वो मतलब वही plan लेके वो उधर भी पहुंच गया कि सर ये बनाते हैं, and they were like नहीं ये तो ज़्यादा ही है. And then he, I think, found Nehru and seduced him, and they built this, thing. I mean, and it's actually very telling of a particular period in history. So I feel it's got its own relevance in that sense that it speaks to that, to what we were as a nation at that time. And you can take politics out of it. I mean, you can take the fascist angle out of it because it was a developing nation. We had to tell a story of newness, of modernity, of being on par with the rest of the world. It was reshaping our national identity. So I think that's why it's very highly fetishized. That it became this kind of big departure from the way we used to plan things. But there are a lot of untold stories under Chandigarh. Like there were almost, I don't know how many villages were razed to the ground because they had to build that city. It's only designed for the automobile. You can't walk from anywhere to anywhere in Chandigarh. Right? It's like these kind of huge avenues, and it actually talks to Corbusier's politics because he was essentially a closet fascist, and a lot of his plans were derived from a control perspective. Right? It was like that. He used to look at dense Indian villages as ghettos. And how do you control a population like this? Like, what if there was an uprising in a village? Like, imagine putting that plan on, say, Banaras, right? It's this heavily textured, organically grown, almost layer on layer on layer on layer from many, many centuries of inhabitation, right? And his fascination was with terra nullis, which is the kind of fascist wet dream, right? Like a land without a history or land without people on it. So it's essentially how I think Australia was colonized as well. That you go there and you look at the people over there as part of the landscape or as part of the wildlife. They're not humans; they're wildlife, and you can then go and colonize, and you can teach, and you can. So those are the impulses behind Chandigarh, right? And I feel it's very interesting to problematize it from a design perspective, saying that that's the politics that shaped that city. But what's lovely about it is the interiors of Chandigarh. You'll have this concrete shell, but inside you have Punjabi Baroque. You have like silver-legged sofas with purple. So essentially, it's lovely the way that kind of thing has been inhabited. So it's in fact we did a smokehouse Delhi in Chandigarh. Zamir drew that one, and what was lovely is in our research we came up with every single exhibition and every single thing that Corbusier hated. So he had banned exhibitions of certain because he hated Art Nouveau, he hated decoration, he hated nature. So there were all the posters in that smokehouse Delhi were every single exhibition that he had banned. So it was like Corbusier's worst nightmare drawn into one of Corbusier's buildings in Chandigarh.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Ooh. Yeah.
और वो भी मेरे लिए तो like,
हाँ.
should I just
So-
pick a new one?
हाँ बिल्कुल ये
ये तो फेंक ही देते नीचे.
हाँ
Horrible, guys. This is really bad. Okay. Is there a line, moral, political, aesthetic, you will never cross in your art? And has there been a time someone tried to push you across it? I mean, I think there are some lines now, right? Like, I mean, in the beginning, I don't think we had any lines. We did pretty much everything. But now I feel like we've maybe reached a point where some things are completely meaningless. Like I know we spoke a little bit about luxury, so I feel we're definitely not going to do any luxury work, which comes with that tag. I think some of the awards, I mean, they're meaningless to a whole new level. You know, like I don't think anyone should ever enter any award ever. So yeah, I mean, yeah, luxury is maybe one of those. We're trying to get out of also doing second homes. That's I think another 2 years, 3 years. Thoda घिसना पड़ेगा, but hopefully no second homes after that. And we want to actually migrate more into the public domain. So the idea is to kind of get out of more privatized work and do more public domain work. But I think we're also stuck in a bit of dark ages because there are no models or ways in which you can practice without being in government, which has its own set of problems.
Yeah.
Luxury, maybe one-line answer. Wow.
Yeah. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So
Great
let it
success.
fall. आपको लग रहा है कि उठाना न पड़े इसको टुकड़े.
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं.
अच्छा तो नहीं गिराऊं?
नहीं.
अच्छा.
We defeated the game, man.
Yeah,
You all have
we
beaten
won.
Jenga.
Jenga हरा दिया हमने. क्या है? Wow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.